Hey there! Welcome to Module 6 of our Place Value series. In this module, we will be using place value in a place value chart to compare and order numbers from greatest to least and least to greatest. When we're trying to compare numbers, a place value chart can help us organize our information and make it a little bit easier to compare. It's important to compare one place value at a time in order to really compare apples to apples and make sure you're looking at the right thing with numbers. There is a particular process that is the most helpful. However, let's look at one process and see if it actually works. Okay, I know I need to start looking at one place value at a time. However, let's try here. If I just look at my ones place, it looks like the bottom number is greater. Going to keep looking at one place value at a time. So far, my bottom number is still looking greater. Even at this point, my bottom number seems greater. However, if I reveal the larger place value, I notice there's 3 thousands in this top number. There's no thousands in this bottom number. That tells me that the top number is greater than the bottom. So when you're trying to compare two numbers, it's incredibly important to look at the largest place value first. If I were to only look at the thousands place, I could very quickly realize that this top number is greater than the bottom number without really paying any attention to the other place values. What you're going to do is you're going to use this same process to compare two numbers. All you need to do is type the numbers into your place value chart. You can simply click in the table and type one digit per place value. We'll do this one as an example. I have 9,437. So I have a 9 in the thousands place, 4 in the hundreds place, a 3 in the tens place, and a 7 in the ones place. My next number is 9,374. Now I'm going to start with the very largest place value, my thousands place. However, they're both the same digit. So the thousands place for me is not helpful. When the largest place value is not helpful, go to the next highest place value. Here I have a 4 in my top number and a 3 in my bottom number. That tells me that this top number is the greater number. Okay, so I can represent this comparison using symbols. The greater than symbol, the less than symbol, and the equal symbol. Well, I know they're not equal, so I need to look at what order my numbers are written in here so I can know which symbol to use. 9,437, that was my greater number. So this number is greater than this number. Now, we can represent this inequality two different ways. If I flip my numbers around, I have 9,374. Well, that was the lesser number. So it is less than 9,437. Do you see what happened here? The numbers were written one way, and then we flipped those around and wrote them the other way. These two inequalities are saying the same thing, just the numbers are in a different order. You'll move on to complete a couple more examples, taking some time to reflect along the way to explain your process about how you knew which one was greater and why we can write comparisons two different ways. Next, let's talk about how we can order numbers from least to greatest or greatest to least. Sometimes we may be looking at more than just two numbers, and so we need to actually compare more than two and order them in some way. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the same process. We're going to put the numbers in a place value chart and look at the largest place value first. So here I see a 3, and a 2. Well, I automatically know that the 2 in the thousands place is the smallest number, the least number. Well, here I know I'm trying to order them from least to greatest, meaning my least number comes first. So the number with the 2 in the thousands place is going to be my least. Okay, let's keep going. So between my two numbers that have 3s in the thousands place, One of them has a 5 in the hundreds place and one of them has a 9. I no longer need to even look at the other digits and the other place values because I know the number that has this 5 in the hundreds place is less than the number that has the 9. So I'm going to take that number. I know it's my next least number. And the number with that 9 in the hundreds place is my greatest number. Now, in order to place my symbols, I have to pay close attention to what order I was putting them in. This was my least number. So 2,956 is less than 3,513. And I know 3,513 is less than 3,956. So when we order numbers, we can put them in order from least to greatest or from greatest to least. So you need to make sure you're reading the directions carefully to know which order to place them in. The symbols are provided for you so that you can click and drag them in order to make the inequality true. You'll repeat that same process for multiple examples. Sometimes there will be 3 numbers, sometimes there may be 4, and I believe one number might even have, or one example might even have 5 that you'll order. On the very last slide, you're going to take some time to reflect on your process and explain it here. All you need to do is double click to type. You can delete this part here and start typing your response. Then you're going to describe how does place value help you when you're comparing and ordering numbers. Thanks so much for watching and happy learning.